Warhol's 1965 film, Outer and Inner Space, features 33 minutes of Edie Sedgwick represented 4 times, talking about how weird it is to have to interact with the feedback of herself. It's a film about video. This film addresses many of the concerns of early video art, as it was one of the first works ever made using the new Sony Portapack. Sponsored by the magazine Tape Recording, Warhol received the Portapack only about a month after it was released in Japan. The Portapack was the first of its kind, a portable video system available for popular consumption. Along with video's new accessibility was what many artists described at the time as video's uncanny immediacy. Dan Graham, Paik, Nauman, Benglis, all they could talk about was the immediacy of video. Video had the ability to replay what was captured instantaneously, an ability that prompted an "oh wow" from Warhol. William Kaizen engages video's claimed immediacy critically in his essay, Live on Tape, Video, Liveness, and the Immediate. In it, Kaizen asks a provoking question. Why would a system for recording be described as if it were unmediated? The answer lies in video's relationship with television, as a medium that came directly out of television. Video got its immediacy from television, but television was given its immediacy in relation to film. Kaizen argues that compared to film's photographic that has-been effect, television and, by proxy, video operate in the present tense that says, "this is going on." This is why video was seen as immediate. In Warhol's Outer and Inner Space, he is able to show the differing levels of immediacy of all three at once. While Edie ponders and confronts the immediacy and interpolation of her video televisual self, we as the audience experience it as a film, as something that has been. Distortions and manipulations of the video playback, as well as the zoom out of the different representations of Edie, visually explore the different levels of mediation. Rudolf Frieling describes this immediacy in his essay Reality/Mediality, but uses the word unmediated, and in reference to blurring the distinction between art and life. He discusses video's potential to subvert what Guy Debord calls the society of spectacle. Warhol's Sleep is used as an example of this subversion. However, Outer and Inner Space reveals a much more complex relationship between film, video, and the spectacle. On the one hand, Warhol's use of real, that's real A, time, and the use of the interpolative video reject the spectacular. He subverts the immersive and spectacular quality of film by making a film that doesn't entertain. Not a whole lot happens, plus the audio quality isn't that great. The film is an interesting response to Gene Youngblood's stirring call for an expanded cinema that escapes what he calls the, quote, toil of old realities stranded from our conscience. At the same time that we are watching an expanded, unspectacular film, however, Sedgwick is uncomfortably encountering herself turned into a spectacle. In addition, Sedgwick has become a pop figure, so despite the filmic banality, Sedgwick's stardom alone makes the film worth watching. As username MowgliX says, "Thank you for uploading this. Edie is so beautiful here." The spectacle of the self also seems to speak to Rosalind Krauss's argument that the medium of video art is the psychological state of narcissism. The medium of an art form, according to Krauss, has typically been found by defining its center, and so she asks directly, what does it mean to point to the center of a TV screen? Vito Acconci's tongue-in-cheek video Centers literally attempts to point to the center of video. He points literally, but the gesture suggests the difference between the center of painting versus the center of video. For painting, finding the center is a matter of reflexiveness and achieving what Krauss calls an internal symmetry, whereas video is a mirroring that searches for an external symmetry. Pointing to the center in painting leads one back to the painting. Pointing to the center in video, according to Krauss, leads to narcissism. Video acts as a mirror. While Krauss references Acconci, Benglis, Serra, Jonas, and Campus appropriately as examples of this narcissistic mirroring, she doesn't include Andy Warhol's Outer and Inner Space. It's a great example of video as a narcissistic medium, yet for some reason Krauss doesn't include it. Perhaps she regards it more as a film rather than a video, since it is essentially a film about video's narcissism. Then again, it could be argued that Campus's video installations are sculptures about video's narcissism. And this is an iPhone webcast about video's narcissism. In Tale of the Tape Radical Software, David Josselett writes about the similarities between cable television and the internet in his cautionary account of cable's commercialization. He tells the story of Raindance Corporation, a self-described alternate culture think tank, who saw video's potential to liberate and democratize the increasingly closed circuit of television. YouTube has a strikingly similar potential for democratization as an open and free source and has, arguably, reached it.